Good morning. First of all, I want to say hello to all my subscribers, and I want to give a little heads up that this is going to be a video about chickens. So if you're not into chickens and you don't raise chickens, then this video is probably not going to interest you. So if you please just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it doesn't matter. It all counts as a view. So if you're not into chickens, just a little heads up again that this is a little chicken talk. So, okay. First of all, I need to thank my husband. That noise you can hear maybe in the background is an air conditioner. He was only 2 hours from us yesterday. When I say us, I mean me and the animals. And he took a huge chunk out of his day to make sure that we got a window unit in this camper. I have PTSD. What's the matter, Salem? Come here, baby. I have PTSD when it comes to campers and their built-in air conditioners. Long story, I'm not going to go into it. My husband's aware of the PTSD and the anxiety that it gives me. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, say hello. Come here. He wants to say hello, but he's shy. Well, come on over here, honey. Anyway, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for taking me to the shower. Thank you for taking me to the laundry. Thank you for my macchiato. Thank you for my new t-shirt. Oops, I keep bumping my tripod. The witch is in. Isn't that cute? And look at the back of it, y'all. How cute is this? Hopefully you can see it. It's a truck that says the witch is in, but could also say the witch is in. I love it. Thank you, Ben. So we are much more comfortable now. We just so much more comfortable. Thank you. Anyway, so back to the chicken. So I lost another hen overnight. Exact same symptoms that the first hen had. So first of all, I was freaking out. I didn't know what was going on with my hens, y'all. I've had chickens all my life, and I would lose them to predators. I've never had something come in, whether it be a disease, a condition, an accident, whatever, and kill any of my hens. I've never had that. It's always been a predator. That's why I'm so paranoid about predators. Honey, come here. Come here and say hello, Salem. Come on. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, baby. You can jump. Come on. You're just a little hefty. He eats a lot. Anyway, so my first hen was completely separated from the flock. So it was not contagious. She was so far away. And no, my hands, in between taking care of the ones that were in one spot and the one hen that was in another, there was 1/8 of an acre in between them, and I fed them at different times. So there was a lot of hand washing going on in between. Never swapped out their dishes, nothing like that. So it was not a contagion. So we figured that out, I'm talking to my vet. And secondly, it was not genetic because it's happened to 2 breeds now. The first one was a Rhode Island Red. The second one is a Barred Rock. And all of this I have discussed with the vet. She's now my former vet because I've moved to Missouri, obviously. She won't be my vet anymore. But she was extremely curious what happened to the hen because she just all of a sudden got real puffy in the back and wouldn't walk anymore and just seemed like she was pushing, trying to get an egg out. So she asked me, after I agreed to have my hen put down, which most people would give a hen an axe, but I wasn't at a point in my life where I could do that. I'm not that farm girlish yet that I can put a hen down. Besides, I don't feel like I would have known what was going on had I not taken her to a vet first. So this vet was very curious what was going on with the hen, and she asked me for permission to do a necropsy, to which I readily agreed. It's quite expensive. The examination, she did try to get an egg out of her. She said it felt like there were several eggs. There was something huge. She didn't want to break the shell. She showed me how to do that, which I still don't know if I could do that or not yet. I'm not at that point of, fishing an egg out of a chicken. But can be done, can be done. And I do go to my vet for sources. I do want to mention, I do not do Facebook groups because I have found that in Facebook groups, first of all, I don't do Facebook for personal reasons. I don't like the platform at all. A lot of the policies I don't agree with. I'm not going to go into that. I do not, straight up, do not do Facebook. Anybody that wants to contact me has all my personal information. We either use email or we use Snapchats, and there's so other many platforms, or YouTube, like this. So I do not go into Facebook groups, but what I have found in the past regarding Facebook groups is that you can ask a question and 10 people will answer and you will get 10 different answers. So I've never found it a truly reliable source of information. I definitely go to the university state websites to see if there's anything going around right now for your flock. And I also go to my vet. So that's who I go to. And I used to go to my brother, may he rest in peace, but he was my chicken expert. I no longer have his valuable source of information. So it's up to me to find out this information. So I did agree to the necropsy. And what she found was there was this huge gelatinous, I'm not trying to gross anybody out, but it was an egg-like structure that had no shell. And with no shell, it was just allowed to keep getting bigger and bigger inside of her. And if you can just imagine, and then she continued to ovulate because it's obviously midsummer, they're getting all that daylight right now, and they're ovulating like crazy. So all my other hens are producing eggs like crazy right now. So was she, but she just couldn't pass them through. And my vet concluded, after we talked a very lengthy conversation, she seemed to chalk it up to possibly a lack of calcium, which I talked about in another video. Couldn't get my hands on calcium oyster shell at the time. And up there in the city, they didn't sell the grain that already had the calcium built in. I was just concentrating on protein. And so they weren't getting the calcium they needed. So the hen was unable to form healthy eggshells, and she was unable to pass any of this, and the gelatinous thing was just expanding. And then fluid was building up around these eggs that were inside of her, and that was what was causing that puppy smushy swelling in the back. So please don't take anything that I'm saying as strictly fact, because like I do, you need to do your research on this. You need to talk to your vet. You need to look up your trusted websites that you rely on. And you need to watch, your own flock and make those determinations. Like, what time of year is this happening? If it happened in the middle of winter, I'd be like, they don't even ovulate, so not that much. So yeah, so there's all of that. So it could be something totally different if your chicken is showing the same symptoms, but they're not laying eggs right now. It could be something totally different. So please check with your vet. I'm glad I did pay for the necropsy because I recognized it. And like I said, we talked, we found out it's happened to a Rhode Island Red, and it happened to Barred Rock, so it's not anything that was genetic. They all did come from the same place, but they've lived 3 years. So there's nothing, no virusy thing that's gonna hang out. Plus I had my chicks inoculated before they shipped them out. So it wasn't anything like that. It had to be, and I know that correlation is not proof of causation. However, I've had a second hen go down on me now with the exact same symptoms. So I am pretty solidified in my train of thought that it was a lack of calcium. So live and learn. When you're raising farm animals, you're trying to run a little hobby farm, and you don't have all of that vast background of knowledge, all I can say is search through all of your resources to figure out what's going on with your flock. I have greatly increased their availability of calcium at this point. As you can imagine, I have 5 healthy girls left. Not sure when I'll be ordering more, because where I get mine, which is Murray McMurray, they have a minimum order of 15, and 15 plus 5 would give me 20 hens, and that's a lot right now for me to take on. So we'll have to see how things go this spring. I'm not getting any roosters because I don't enjoy being flogged, and I like the sound of crowing, but I don't want to get flogged every day. I don't like it. So there's that. So yes, I've lost 2 hens to this so far. I did want to mention too that control, this is why I don't eat grocery store eggs. And if you do, I'm not saying anything about that. This is totally an ethical choice for you. And you have to make the best choices for your family. It may not be practical for you to have backyard chickens. So I'm not judging. I don't judge. But the long hen houses that you see out in the countryside, and they have big fans in the window, there's absolutely no sunlight that goes through that. At least with some companies I know. Now some, I don't know, they may have different policies, but the ones that I've seen in the Midwest, in my general area within a few 100 miles, there's no sunlight at all. And that's because the sunlight definitely affects their laying. And if you can put on artificial light and make a chicken believe that it's June all year long and the sun is high in the sky, you're forcing those eggs, forcing those eggs, forcing those eggs. And I imagine that they wear out very, very quickly because their little uteruses are very sensitive to changes. You don't really think about chickens and eggs and ovulation and uteruses. It's just something you just don't think about unless you're up close and personal with it, like I am. So it did hurt to lose another member of my flock. I don't name my chickens, they're not pets. They're all mama chicken. They're Barred Rock mama chicken, Rhode Island red chicken, Buff Orpington or mama chicken. I don't name them, they're just mama chicken. But because they're not pets doesn't mean I don't care, you know, and it hurts deeply. So I was so stressed out yesterday with the air conditioning thing and freaking out that my indoor animals were getting overheated. I wasn't expecting this heat wave this quickly. I thought I had time to go to the city and get air conditioner. Anyway, so stressed out all day yesterday. Thank you to my husband. You are absolutely, you and your white horse Mescalito. You are so amazing, and your little superhero dog that rides in your seat, you're amazing. I thank you, babe. I can't thank you enough for yesterday. It's nice and cool in here. We're all totally comfortable. Everybody slept well last night. Thank you for my t-shirt. Thank you to my audience who watches my videos every day. I hope you got something from this, and I hope that you are having a good luck in this high sun environment with your flock. I hope that you're getting lots and lots of eggs from lots and lots of healthy hens. If you have any questions, please post them below. I'll try to answer them best I can. I'm not a chicken expert. I'm just learning as I go along. I have had them for years and years, and I've never had this experience, this particular thing happen to my flock before. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, or even thumbs down me. It doesn't matter. It still counts as a view, right? Okay, you guys, blessed be.